Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it's Saturday, and we know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, the time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via the United States Postal Service, Amazon, DHL, FedEx, you get the idea, and of course, that old outlaw Waylon Jennings. And we also talk about the news of the week and stuff that might interest you that definitely interested me this week. And we wrap it all up into a ball and we call it weekly purchases. But we always start weekly purchases off with a discussion about what was on the channel this week and what videos did we have on the channel. Talk about a lot of videos going on this week. Of course, our daily Star Wars unboxings. I finally cut my finger in one of these unboxing videos. I knew it was going to happen sometime, and just as promised, I powered on. I did not give up on the unboxing. I saw it through. We also did the Jax Class Superstars Deep Dive. They continue every single Tuesday. We talked about the Ultimate Warrior exclusives, the exclusives that were made just for the Ultimate Warrior. Very interesting stuff. A lot of people don't even know those figures ever existed, so definitely check those out if you want a little Jax Class Superstars history, and check it out every single Tuesday. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit the old notification bell, all that fun stuff. We also did the top 5 Bobby the Brain Heenans in our top 5 countdown every single Thursday as we continue the top 5s. We also did a big figure hunting video this week, probably the biggest week I've ever had figure hunting. As I did film a little bit of my vacation, I did get 2 days off, I can't believe it. But I went up and traveled out of state. And then, of course, Targets, Walmart's, resets going on like crazy. I went to so many Targets this week, and so much disappointment for the most part, if you guys saw the video. But there was a few things sprinkled in there that I did pick up, so check out that figure hunting video. It's a long one. You better pack a lunch for that one. We also unboxed AEW Unmatched Series 1. So the long-rumored, long-awaited AEW Unmatched Series 1 through the door via Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save 10%. However, I'm just finishing unboxing these, and then they're starting to hit Target stores. So I don't know what's going on with the distribution with the AEW Jazzwares figures. They seem to be getting them at Targets and Walmarts the same time Ringside's getting them. So very interesting time for those. I'm going to see how that shakes out the next couple of sets out there. And if you saw my figure hunting video, I did find some unmatched out at my local Target right by my house. So they are definitely out there. They are hitting, so be prepared for that one out there. We also unboxed Mattel Ultimate Rock and John Cena this week. For those guys that like the Ultimate figures out there. Mixed bag there, but some okay figures there. And then, of course, Brutus the Barber Beefcake Legends Series 10 online exclusive. Shrug my shoulders, not really sure if that's how it's going to stay, but as of right now it is. Target online exclusive Brutus Beefcake. So pick up those videos. A lot going on the channel. I don't know if we've ever been so backlogged with new stuff unboxing. The last couple of weeks, so much new stuff has hit the shelves. This week, there's going to be a ton more new stuff hitting the shelves. Geez, I'm not going to release 5 videos a day. I think that's overkill. 3 is overkill. But we got so much stuff, we don't want to be backed up forever. I'm chugging them out there, so be prepared for more videos this week. We got a lot of good stuff coming on the channel this week. So like I said, make sure you're subscribed, hit the old notification bell, all that kind of stuff. But let's get down to it. Let's get down to the news of the week before we get into the weekly purchases like we always do. Some interesting stuff this week. Let's kick it off. Let's talk about the new generation ring from Mattel Creations. Back to the ring, as they say. Well, it's been very interesting as this week, Steve Ozier and Robert Rudman from Mattel went on the Major Wrestling Figure podcast. I think you can find it on YouTube and wherever your podcasts are found, of course. But they did a little bit of discussion, and hey, they came in hot. They came in hot with a new tier. I don't even know if you want to call it a tier. But they said, hey, if you back this ring before August 13th, I think you got till like 9 p.m., something like that, August 13th. If you back by then, and if you've already backed, hey, you're grandfathered in, you are going to get an Ultimate Macho Man from WrestleMania 10. You're going to get an announcer's desk. Now, the announcer's desk is just remind me of that Ronda Rousey desk that we got with, was Elite 65 with Ronda Rousey? It was that table, but it had the red cloth over it. Same concept, but a blue cloth over it. We're also getting blue chairs. If you guys watch those Jack's Ruthless Aggression unboxing, you guys know we love those blue chairs. And we're getting blue chairs. We're getting an announcer headset. We're getting a couple of microphones. But that Macho Man is really the thing that seals the deal. And in my personal opinion, for $225, getting 2 Ultimates, getting this deluxe ring with all the bells and whistles, plus this announcer's pack and all that kind of stuff. And shipping's only, I think, $6 on this. I feel like that is worth the value for what it is. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, it's still not worth it to me. It really is. It's a limited edition, crowd-funded project. $225 works a lot. I hope it gets up to the 7,000 backers, because really, we all want that Doink the Clown thrown in as well. That would be something special. We need 5,000 backers. I don't know. It's going to be tough. Definitely they had a spike. As I'm filming this on Friday, a lot of people get paid on Fridays. I got to think there'll be some spikes over the weekend. We'll see how the dust settles come Monday morning. If it didn't move a whole lot, I think this project's going to be in trouble. It's got to get to 5,000 by 8:30, but I mean, my brain immediately goes to this, and I'm sure a lot of you guys too. 8:13, the day you can't back Macho Man, or 8:14, the day after Macho Man is gone. He's not available. If you back it between 8:14 and 8:30, you don't get Macho Man in yours. To me, if it's not fully funded by 8:13, I think it's dead in the water, because why would somebody fund later on, and why would they want to miss out on that Macho Man? The math doesn't make sense to me. So it's basically, after 8:13, if it's not to 5,000 backers, I just don't see it happening. I just don't. If people are on the fence, they're going to get it now to get that Macho Man. Why would you order it down the road without that Macho Man figure for the same price and everything else? That math does not work for me. I get it. Maybe people don't have finances or something like that, but you got to think, if you're a really serious collector, and that's who are buying this isn't just your average fans out there. If you're a serious collector, you're going to find a way to get that money, and it's a pre-order. It doesn't even take it out of your account until it ships, or actually until 8:30, I guess, if it is funded. So there's really no excuse not to pre-order right now. My brain, I was only going to get one of these. Now I'm thinking about getting another one. I may possibly get two. I was like, you know what? I have a mint on card ultimate set. I got a loose one. I could probably keep those mint on card. I'll have a loose set. I don't need an extra ring. I don't need an extra announce gear, but I could sell that stuff. But you know what? I see a lot of chatter online. I see a lot of stuff going online. People saying, you can flip this, you can flip this. Well, if everybody's buying this to flip it, what do you think is going to happen? I don't foresee this being a huge flippable item right away. It's one of those things that you're going to wait a year for production. Maybe another year after that, some of the dust settles and some of these are sold out there. Maybe then you can make some money, but I don't know if you can really count on this as a right-away guaranteed investment. I'm sure you can at least get your money back, though, however, so that's always good. It'll be interesting, too, if the big bad toy stores of the world or Ringside, or if any of them step up to the plate and pre-book any of these to sell on their website later on down the line. I think that's one thing a lot of us haven't thought about. That could be another 1,000 buys between all these other companies backing these things. But I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. My gut says it's going to be a strong push over the next couple of days, of course. That's what happens when they announce like a Macho Man. And then you got Payday in here. You got Payday next week. But after the 13th, if it's not at 5,000 or even close to it, I don't think it's happening. That's my opinion. That's what I'm thinking of. But I'd love to hear your guys' comments. I know some people are all in on this. Some people are all out. To me, why wouldn't you have started with Macho Man? Take Diesel out, throw it with Macho Man, the announcers pack, right off the get-go, and then throw Diesel in later in the Macho Man spot. I don't know. It just feels like it wasn't done correctly. I know in that interview, too, the Mattel team said they're taking away the advertising budget to make this Macho Man in there, so there's not going to be advertising. I think that's where we're going to see some of the Mattel guys work the podcast circuit, work the social media circuit, because there's no funding for advertising for this. But that doesn't quite make sense for me. I just know from what my company does, a big worldwide company that, a lot of you guys have eaten every single day. I just don't understand the thought process there, because they're saying, hey, we're adding this Macho Man because we're taking funding away from advertising. Well, wouldn't that advertising already be built in, and wouldn't that have already started? Why wouldn't you start the advertising right at the start of the promotion? That math doesn't work for me a whole lot. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, I don't know. I don't work for Mattel. I don't know any of that. But it just seems very strange there. I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe this Macho Man was being saved for down the road. Maybe at the end is another, maybe they thought this thing would get to 7,000 right away, and they said, hey, if we can get it to 10, we'll give you this Macho Man, and maybe they turned and moved it forward. That's a possibility. I don't know what their expectations were at Mattel, if they thought this was going to be a stretch, kind of how it is right now, or if they thought it was going to blow everything out of the water. I'm not really sure. And I also wonder if the new generation ring was the right play. We talked about it in depth before. Not a lot of fondness for the new generation ring for certain people out there. Even myself that was around in that time, that's not my favorite era. But like Steve has been saying, I think a lot of people think new generation, they think the doink and all that kind of stuff. But it was around a lot longer than you thought, especially that entrance way. And that is the forgotten piece, I feel, in this ring talk. It's all about the ring and the figures. People keep forgetting about this new generation entrance stage. Light up with batteries, different LEDs in there and stuff. That is a value there. I got to think that's a $30 at least value. And that seems to be the forgotten piece. Like people say, well, you know, I add up the figures, the ring, the accessory packs, all that kind of stuff. You got to think of that stage thing. So you got at least some money in that as well. So that's just one thing I think people are forgetting out there. But I'd be interested to hear your comments on the rings. You guys tell me down in the comments what you think, where you're going for it. Like I said, I've got one pre-ordered. I'm probably going to do two. We'll see how it goes, though. Will it shake out? Like I said, 814, wherever the number stands, I think that's probably it. You might get a few more here and there, but if you're going to back it, why wouldn't you back it to get that Macho Man thrown in? I just don't see anybody doing it the other way. But if you're one of those persons that wants to wait till 820 and not get the Macho Man, I'd love to hear your reasons for that as well. So let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the new generation ring. Now we turn course to another crowdfunding item. They are everywhere this day, and that's part of the issue, I think, with this ring, too. It came during San Diego Comic-Con, which everybody has tons of money tied up in all kinds of different companies' stuff. Then you got the Walmart Target resets right at the same time, right through now, with tons of new product coming to the shelves. Then you have a crowdfunding HasLab project with Galactus going on at the same time. And then everybody knows it's the worst kept secret in baseball right now is that the HasLab Rancor is going to start sometime this fall. So it's a really tough time to do a crowdfunding effort and try to stick out from the rest. I would have loved to have seen this maybe around WrestleMania, maybe around Survivor Series, around the Christmas time frame. That would be a pretty good time, I think, to launch one of these. You could give your significant other or whoever, here's a certificate. You got the ring coming. It's coming next Christmas. I don't know. I just think it's a bad time to crowdfund anything. And I mean, we are seeing with Galactus. He's struggling a little bit more than I thought he would as well. But you got to take a step back to you go last year, everybody's like, oh, that Sentinel blew everything out of the water right away. Yeah, the Sentinel blew everything out of the water because guess what? That is an army builder. Most people don't want just one Sentinel. And the hardcore fans, the hardcore displayers out there and toy players, they want multiple Sentinels. Myself, I bought 4 Sentinels. I said, you know what? I really want 3. I'm going to back 4, and hopefully I can trade this Sentinel for something. I could sell this, something like that. And you know what my thoughts are? I can sell my Sentinel, and it's going to pay for my Galactus. That's what I'm thinking right now. I'm not sure when those Sentinels are hitting. Probably September, I'm guessing. But the Sentinel was an army builder. That's what made them different than Galactus. That being said, Galactus is a major, major player in the Marvel Universe. Major player in the Fantastic Four universe for sure. I think this will get backed, however. I do think the big bad toy stores and some of these other companies will jump in, like they did with Unicron and some of these other things, and buy a lot of these as well. I think it'll get backed. I'm just a little nervous about the add-on figures. Are we going to get the add-on figures? And this week they showed us Frankie Ray Nova. If we get another 1,000 backers, I think it's 7,000 to unlock that tier. I don't know. Hopefully we get that one. They've already dangled that carrot that we're going to have Silver Surfer God. I think he's the 8K backer. I bet you there's going to be a 9 and 10K backer, but they might not even discuss those because I don't know if it's going to get that far. We still got about a month, a little under a month to back that thing. Of course, I'm backing Galactus. Hopefully you guys are too. This is a big boy, 36 inches tall, LED lights, all that kind of stuff. $400 price point. I know it's expensive. But I think it'll be worth it, and I think this is one, if you're on the fence, you better do it, because worst case scenario, you can always sell it and get your money back a year from now, but you might really change. Who knows? Who knows what might happen a year? Hey, a year from now, you might not be collecting anymore, and you will just want to sell it anyways, but I do think Galactus is one some people are going to really kick themselves. Think of the Barge. Think of the Razor Crest. Think of some of these other things. The Sentinel. There's a lot of people that missed out. If you're on the fence, just do it. Just do it. I understand finances, all that kind of stuff, but maybe you find, I mean, I'm not going to recommend getting a credit card or anything like that, but you could. You can get a credit card and you get a zero interest for a year. Put it on that. You don't pay anything except a monthly payment. There you go. I don't know. But if you're on the fence, you'd hate to have to overpay for it in a year. But maybe some people want to do that too. I'm going to wait till it's out there on eBay. I'll pay an extra $200-300 or more. I don't know. To each their own is what I'll say. But I do think Galactus will get backed for sure. I just don't know if it'll hit those stretch goals. I'm not really sure on the ring. The ring, I think, is going to be a struggle, unfortunately. But hopefully, people come through. Hopefully, this Macho Man news really makes it, take it to the next level. I really think in future creation things they do like this, I feel like you got to start off hot. You got to give a Macho Man, a Hulk Hogan, or an Ultimate Warrior, preferably an Ultimate Warrior figure. those are kind of the Trinity big three, I think, that cross a lot of time zones of different collectors. I think if you start with those figures with something, you'll have a bigger splash than, unfortunately, Diesel. Nothing against old Kevin Nash, but I don't know if he rings true quite like the Mount Rushmore wrestlers. I don't know if Diesel's on anybody's Mount Rushmore. I think that's fair. So there you go. Crowdfunding mania. Full swing right now. Next up, the Rancor. We'll see how it all shakes out. But if you haven't backed these things and you're on the fence, my recommendation, my pro tip, just do it. Just back it. You'll probably thank yourself later. That's my guess. Then we're getting into some other things this week. So an interesting week, as San Diego Comic-Con was 2 weeks ago. The week after, tons of news from Fallout. This week, the dust has settled a little bit and things have quieted down. And I'm okay with that. Our wallets need to be okay with that. It's been an expensive month for a lot of us collectors out there. We need a little downtime. That's what we got. A lot of news downtime this week. Marvel Legends team did announce they're going to do a Hasbro YouTube stream on Monday, so be prepared for that. I'm guessing there's going to be more Galactus talk, but they said there's going to be pre-orders up, so get your wallets ready. This is probably stuff that'll ship maybe around Christmas time, I'd have to think. So we'll see what they have in store for us. We'll talk about that next week on Weekly Purchases. But we had some wrestling news this week, and of course, Zombie Sailor. Every single week we're talking about Zombie Sailor and his retro figures. Every week there's a new announcement of a talent signed, or there's an artwork, or there's a prototype, or there's a pre-order going up. Good for Zombie. He's keeping his name out there constantly. I just wondered, he's got so many figures in the pipeline, it feels like he's backed up for like 4 years worth of figures, but we'll see how it all ends up shaking out. This week we did see drawings, the art drawings of RVD. Pretty cool pose, got his arms up, you can do the RVD taunt, I guess we'll call it. So RVD, that's a must-have. Got to have that to go with Bill Alfonso and Sabu, of course. So RVD, we did see the pictures of what the figure will look like this week. And then we got the announcement on Thursday night from Brian Pillman Jr. that Zombie Sailor is coming out with a Brian Pillman Sr., which sounds weird to say Brian Pillman Sr., but I guess that's the case. We're going to get a figure of him as well. I would love to see him in his Flying Brian persona. I'm sure we'll get a loose cannon version, we'll get a Flying Brian version, but I'd love to see the Galoob version with his hands like this. I'd love to see that in retro form. Maybe that's just me. I'd love to see that throwback, put the Bengals tights on him, trunks on him. He'd be ready to go, but we'll see where that ends up shaking out. But Brian Pillman coming to Zombie Sailor, so be ready for that. Zombie doesn't sleep. Good guy, don't sleep, never stop the hustle, and that's exactly what he's doing. Speaking of retros, we saw August 7th, which would be Saturday, today, if you're watching this on the day it drops. Adam Bomb's retro figure is going up for pre-order on ChellaToys.com. I think there's a few other places out there. I'm not on the fence. Do I need another Adam Bomb? I got the original Hasbro one. Do I need another one? It's just one of these days, every day, you got to ask yourself, how much can you afford? How much do you want? How deep down these rabbit holes do you want to go? I mean, there's so many different retro figures coming out. Do I need this one? Chella Toys really put me off a little bit with all these Nick Aldis extras that came out last week and have been shipping now. It just kind of took the wind out of my sails on the retro line a little bit. I don't know if you guys are in the same boat. I kind of like to be a completist on these new lines, but then all these 1/100s of a character I'm not a huge fan of. I don't know. It's just me. I guess it took the wind out of my sails a little bit. Much like AEW Unmatched, Unrivaled. So many figures coming out. We've been talking about this for months. And I'm just asking myself, I was like, okay, I'm mint on card through series 1 through 5, and then I'm just going to be mint on card with all the Chase's rare editions. Well, now I'm seeing there's Chase's rare editions for every single set, which we knew, but they're coming out on a monthly clip. How rare, how great are they going to be? And some of these characters I don't really honestly have an affection to. It's like, I like them in my loose set, that's fine. I would definitely pick up a Chase Rare if I saw one in the store. But do I really need to pay a couple $100s for each one of these figures? 2 figures every single month going forward? And then where am I going to put all these mint on card? After 2 years, we're going to have 50 of these rare figures. I just don't know. I don't know if I'm in on that either anymore. I don't know if I want to pick and choose. I don't even know if I want to pick and choose. I think my new rule, and it can change like any of our rules, I might just be, hey, if I find one in the store, I'm going to pick it up. If I come across a screaming deal, I'm going to pick it up. But I'm not actively searching for any of these rare Chase editions unless it's a character I absolutely love that I need in my collection. I just think the days of completionists in Unrivaled, Unmatched, Jazzware is just impossible. With these 2-packs, 4-packs, exclusives, nobody has the room or space to be 100% completionist on this at this point, outside unless you're doing loose. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it just like my Mattel Elites. I have a few Elites in the package, but I'm 99% loose collector. takes up better space that way, of course, and I just like them loose more in this point in my life. So there you go. That's what I'm going to do, and we got to ask ourselves about retros, and all these other figures are coming out. Just interesting times. And speaking of AEW Jazzwares, much like Sting from last week, this Saturday, or a week ago Saturday, Walmart.com went up for sale Unmatched Series 1 Cody Rhodes Red Tight Variant LJN Edition. We talked on the channel before. We saw pictures of this and said, where is this going? What is this for? Is this going to be a chase, rare? What's it going to be? Well, all the answers were solved as it did go up on Walmart.com. I have not seen it in stock myself. That Sting went up for a sale right away, and it was up for a little bit of time. It sold out. I don't know if this Cody ever went up for sale. Some people have said it did, but the majority of people out there, I haven't seen anybody say, hey, I got one or anything. But yeah, that's where you're going to get. I like that LJN figure. Check out my review this week. Definitely check that out if you're on the fence about these LJN figures as we compare them to the LJN Classic Superstars, the WCW OSF TMs. We compare it to the actual LJNs, the Young Buck LJNs. We do a lot of comparisons to see, what the scale is and what we think about this. So definitely check that out if you've missed that one. But the red one, I'm definitely going to get that. I should say, as of right now, I'm going to be a mid-on-card completist of these LJN figures. I think that's a cool subset line. They're going to be every other series. I don't foresee this to be a huge, big series. So that's my plan right now. Check back in 6 months. We'll see if I'm still sticking to it, but we'll see how it goes. But that is my plan. And then that's the wrestling news for this week. Looking at my notes here, nothing really else. So it's a little bit of a downturn right now, a little slow time. And once again, I think that's good for all of us and all of our wallets. I think we'd all agree on that. So there you go. We also saw this week Masters of the Universe, on-card images of the next set that's coming out. You guys know me, I'm still going hard on a loose set and an unpunched set, but we're getting the Lords of Pain Beastman to match that Merman from the last set. We're getting Stinkor, don't forget old Stinkor, Webstor, and a Turning Goddess, the Green Goddess, whatever you want to call her. We're getting those. So you know what they say, once they're in, package images are out, it's not long before they're going to start hitting retail, hitting the online shoppers and all that kind of stuff. So be prepared for you Masters of the Universe fans. I'm still working on my toy room for that a little bit. I got my extra Snake Mountain. If somebody in the Midwest wants a Snake Mountain, I'll give you a deal. I still got one in the box, unopened. I'll deliver it to you on my travels. But we'll see. I need to unload. I really don't need 2 Super 7 Snake Mountains in my collection. That's a big piece of real estate. So I'm going to sell one of those and get some of my money back and fund some other purchases. You guys know how that goes. And then the other big news this week was one that didn't really catch us by surprise, but I wasn't too turned on by this announcement. We saw official pictures of the Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Ranger crossover figure event from the Hasbro Lightning Collection. A very interesting set as they teased us a new figure basically every day. At first I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, and then it just really turned south as each one was announced. Like a $55 price point, I think, for each 2-pack. Not enough meat on the bones here. I like Power Rangers enough. I definitely like Turtles. For some reason, I don't need that universe mixed together. I don't really care for these figures a little bit. They look a little goofy. I definitely want to see them in hand to see how they look. But I'm not familiar with the story. It just seems really strange to me. You got April O'Neil as a Pink Ranger. You got Tommy as a Foot Soldier. But then you got Tommy, which I assume is the Green Ranger, as Shredder. I don't know, a lot of questions here. I'm going to defer to that old outlaw Waylon Jennings. I know he's all in on all this stuff. He loves the Power Rangers. He loves Turtles. This is his #1 coming together. I might just have to live vicariously through him on this one. I don't know if I really want to spend a couple $100s on these. I'm not really sure where I'd even put these in my collection. I guess to me, they go with your Power Ranger toys because they're part of the Hasbro Power Ranger Lightning Collection. So I think that's where you have to put them. But teach their own. Maybe you get your own new shelf, or maybe you put them with your Turtles. I guess that's the fun of collecting. Choose your own adventure, as a wise man would say. So very interesting that going together. Personally, I think we might see these in the clearance bins down the line. I don't know. For you long game players, that might be a plan for you. I might dabble. I might dabble if they're clearance down like King Sphinx and Pumpkin Rapper, where if you can get them for $8 a pack, hey, why not? I'll give it a try at that. But as of right now, I think it's a pass for me. But what say you? You guys let me know in the comments. So there it is. That's all the news I was interested in this week. I don't know if there was anything I missed. If there was something I missed, well, I'm sure we'll talk about it next week. And we'll definitely have stuff to talk about with the HasLab. Not HasLab. Well, HasLab a little bit. They're talking Galactus, the Hasbro Pulse team. Live stream on Monday. We'll cover that on Saturday as well. This week, unfortunately, Bobby Eaton died, if you guys remember Bobby Eaton. Of course you do, the Midnight Express. Dangerous Alliance. I loved the Dangerous Alliance. I loved the Midnight Express when I was a kid. That was in my wheelhouse, and Bobby Eaton didn't look jacked up. He was no Ultimate Warrior. He was no Legion of Doom, Demolition type character, but I always liked Bobby Eaton. Especially during his Dangerous Alliance run. Absolutely loved the Dangerous Alliance when I was a little kid. I love Bobby Eaton, a massive left hand, and of course the Alabama Jam. My kids used to always do the Alabama Jam when we'd wrestle all the time, and I'd call it, and they even know what the Alabama Jam is. So that legacy lives on forever. My kids, if you say Alabama Jam, they know what to do. So Bobby Eaton, it's sad to see him go this week. He just lost his wife a couple weeks ago. Just crazy times, that's for sure. But Bobby Eaton was a favorite and definitely underrated in the action figure department. We got the Classic Superstars 2-pack, of course, with Sweet Stan Lane. We got the 2-pack in the OSFTMs with Steven Regal, and he might have had a knockoff Micro Brawler or something like that, but nothing as far as Elite, nothing else in the Jax line. Hopefully we'll get some official Midnight Express figures one of these days. That would be awesome. Give us all incarnations of the Midnight Express. I would be all in for that. I would love to see AEW or Mattel do that. Worst case scenario, maybe Chilla Toys. We're seeing them do Sabu. We're seeing them do Dynamite Kid. Maybe they'll jump into some Midnight Expresses. I don't know, but I would love to see another Bobby Eaton figure one of these days. Hopefully that does happen. And then, of course, Album of the Week this week. And this week, I was listening to a lot of Judas Priest. Getting ready for that fall tour with Sabaton. I'm hoping I can make that Minnesota tour, the concert stop. I want to say it's in late September, early October. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm hoping I can work around that time and make it work, but we'll see what happens. But Judas Priest, Painkiller. 90s staple, early 90s. I would ask anybody that says, hey, what's heavy metal? To me, you give them Painkiller from Judas Priest. That runs the gamut of heavy metal. Just groundbreaking, breathtaking stuff, especially when it came out in 1990, 1991. It was like nothing we'd ever heard before. Judas Priest took it to another level. So many hits on that album, Painkiller being one of them, one of my favorite. Nightcrawler, there's so much good stuff on there. I can't even list them all, they're that good. But if you've never heard Painkiller from Judas Priest, a lot of people think, oh, Living After Midnight, Breaking the Law. Of course, those are staples. I love that early stuff. I love even back before that, the Sin After Sin and Hellbent for Leather albums, Killing Machine, depending where you live. You got to get the Judas Priest. There's so much good stuff. They lose some people in the late 80s a little bit, but they came back with a thunder with Painkiller, and then unfortunately broke up, then reunited in 2004. But Painkiller, a must-have album, a must-have checkout album from Judas Priest. So there you go. Now it's time. Let's get down to it. Let's get down to the weekly purchases. All right, weekly purchases time. Time to go through what came through the door this week. And you guys know mail's always a busy time. Always getting things through the mail via Ringside Collectibles, Big Bad Toy Store, Amazon, you name it, eBay, Mercari. But also busy times this week with new resets out there at the Walmart and Target with new products starting to trickle in. An exciting time for new figures. And then, of course, long game players out there getting things at clearance. So a great time to be alive, as some might say out there. But let's get into it. Let's get down. Let's check out the weekly purchases. And let's start it off with one I've been really looking forward to. A little G.I. Joe action this week. Snake Eyes and Timber. Yes, Big Bad Toy Store coming through this week with these two. Very excited as I'm not the biggest Snake Eyes fan in my G.I. Joe fandom. I'm more of a Flint guy. I think you guys all know that. But I do like Snake Eyes Commando version better than Ninja Snake Eyes. So I don't know if you guys are in that same camp or not. I'm very excited for this one with our old boy Timber, the extra head for Timber. And then, of course, Commando Snake Eyes. So very excited to get new G.I. Joe Classifieds in the mail. And, of course, had to get two of them. You guys know how I do it. Needed one mint, one loose. That's the way it's going to go with the Joes. So that's what I did. How about wrestling? A big, big wrestling week this week. As through the door this week, Elite 87, thanks to Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save 10%. But we've got Asuka this week. There she is. Some might say looking only like she could look. That might be me. Candice LeRae. There she is right there. We're going to get unboxing these guys ASAP. Otis. He has the meats like a young Arby's. Right there, you can see. We got Otis there. We got Apollo Crews. Going to have to track down the Chase version of Apollo Crews. That's, you know, how it goes. That's how it goes in the old Mattel Elite game these days. And then we got Santos Escobar, first time in the line. So it'll be interesting to check out that one. We might have to compare this one to the Andrade, as they got a similar type thing with the helmets that are... Helmets? Masks that are You can change, or a regular face. Your choice. Choose your own adventure. So there you go. Elite 87. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Braun Strowman, Elite 87. His final WWE Mattel figure, at least for now. We got the bald Braun Strowman at least on his way out. So there you go. Braun Strowman. So that completes Elite 87. So look for those unboxings on the channel ASAP. Hall of Fame Legends Target exclusive. How about DDP? Finally got DDP through the mail. Verdict's still out if we'll see this one in the stores or not, or is it going to be online only? As of now, online only. Check your Target app as it comes in and out of stock, it seems, on a fairly regular basis. Very strange. More wrestling. Got the 2-pack. Finally, I don't know what took so long, but I got the Mankind and Rock 2-pack. Elite 2-pack. The last Elite 2-pack for quite some time. So we did get this one through the door. Not a ton of meat on the bone on this one, but it'll be an interesting one to unbox. A lot of accessories with this one, with some new accessories as well. So be on the lookout for this unboxing on the channel. Rocket Mankind Elite 2-pack. Back to G.I. Joe. You guys remember these went on pre-sale, gosh, 3 weeks ago? Well, I finally got it in the mail via Target. I got myself another Cobra Viper. So there you go. These are getting much easier to get for all you guys out there. Everybody that was flipping out. I said it forever on the channel. I said it from the word one. Guess what, guys? Hasbro wants every single penny you can get. They'll find a way to get it back out there. That's exactly what they did. There's a local discount store about 2 hours from me. I saw in a local Facebook group, they had Major Bloods for $8.99. And it was crazy. $8.99 Major Bloods at a third-party discount store. Because Target had so many, they sent some back. If you couldn't find a Major Blood on the shelf, you really weren't looking very hard. That's pretty much what it came down to, is those were everywhere. And G.I. Joe, classified figures, Hasbro wants your money. They're going to find a way, and that's what they did with these Target Cobra Island exclusives. They opened them up for everybody. Who knows? Maybe more to come as well. I believe Toys R Us up in Canada, they should get more rounds of those as well. So, interesting time in the G.I. Joe landscape, especially with Super 7 jumping on board as well, as we know. I got these on clearance via Big Bad Toy Store. I don't know why, something spoke to me, and they were $20 each. I think they're still up on Big Bad Toy Store. Click the link below in the description. Anytime you go to Big Bad Toy Store, just click through my link, and it supports the channel. It says, hey, we like Kyle Peterson's videos. We should support Kyle Peterson. That gives Big Bad Toy Store. You guys don't have to do anything. You just go through my link below. But I got He-Man and Skeletor, Super 7. Throwbacks to the old classic figures in box. I'm still undecided if I'm going to open these up or leave these in the package. I really want old versions of Skeletor and He-Man. Maybe I should just buy the classic ones. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I did get these two, like I said, via Big Bad Toy Store this week. And I also got another thing through via Big Bad Toy Store. Andre the Giant, Super 7, the latest edition. You guys remember my review of the last one, the first Andre the Giant Super 7? It was mixed results for me. I felt like it was more based on Andre the Giant as a comic book than the actual person, if that makes sense. So we'll see this one. This one does look like it's going to be a little bit better, but only one way to tell. That's to watch the unboxing and get it in my hands and figure out from there. So stay tuned for that Andre the Giant unboxing. And then a big pickup. Financially big and a big figure. And you guys know I love big figures. But I found this at Target. If you're watching my figure hunting video this week, I did find this big bad boy at Target. Surtur. There you go. Marvel Legends. Big figure. I'm all in on big figures. You guys know me. I love a big figure. So can't wait to unbox this one. Check out and see what all the fuss is about on this one. So there's a start of weekly purchases. Let me get this cleaned off and we can start round 2 of weekly purchases. Whoa, 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 stop the clock. Hold the presses. Right as I got done filming, I said, you know what? I'm going to head over to Target real quick. Maybe the new Legends will be up. Will Legends 11 ever show up in my area? So far, my 11 Target's absolute ghost town. Hopefully this week. Unfortunately, did not find those, but I did find something I've been hot on the hunt for a while. Finally came out. Avengers, Affinity, Saga, 2-pack, Iron Man, and Thanos. Whoa, whoa. A really awesome 2-pack here. However, boy, that price point, $62.99, seems a little steep even for my blood. Just a little bit crazy. But I got this at Target. Be on the lookout. This is hitting Targets right now. Odin, I've also seen hitting a lot of people's Targets right now, so I'm on the lookout for him. I have these all pre-ordered, but now I'm going to cancel my pre-order, obviously, as I found them in stores. But Iron Man and Thanos through the door this week. And then I got a hot one. Got a hot one for my mailman today. Here it is. The world debut, at least on my channel. Ultimate Edition San Diego Comic-Con Sergeant Slaughter. Got this from a little birdie that will remain nameless. Ended up picking this guy up this week. As you guys know, I was looking for one for my dad, so we'll have one for my dad as well. But I got this one through the door today, so I'm very happy. We'll have to unbox this and see what all the fuss is about, as one might say. Very excited to have the Sergeant Slaughter Ultimate Edition. Can't wait for the 2 I ordered to come in. Hopefully I get 1 regular edition, 1 chase, and I can call it totally good. But hey, we'll see how it goes when it comes. So there it is, 2 late additions to weekly purchases. All right, time to start round 2 of weekly purchases. Another expensive week as it's been lately around San Diego Comic-Con. I don't see any end in sight for the next couple of weeks, but I gotta think there's gonna be a little bit of a lull around August for us to recoup and give our wallets a break. Hopefully that happens, but not today. We're gonna keep hammering through, and this one I've been excited for. I'm very excited to open this one up on the channel. The old Battlefield Warriors He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Origin Set, Battle Damage Battle Cat, Battle Damage Battle Armor He-Man. That's a mouthful. A couple of gargoyles, and then a nice base stand. So very cool. Target exclusive, I believe this is. So look for your Targets, part of the new reset. $50 price point, a pretty expensive one though. But there it is right there. Got this through the door this week. Hopefully we'll unbox this on the channel if we can find time. There's a lot of stuff to unbox on the channel. I got to figure out what order to put these things in, or just do it kamikaze style. I don't know. We'll see. We talked Cobra Viper earlier. Well, of course, got another Cobra Viper in the mail as well. My parents ordered one of these for me too. I said, I'll take another one. Why not? It's probably my only chance to get another Cobra Viper. I might as well keep building that army. So another Cobra Viper through the door. Ringside Collectibles. Played a little bit of that long game. I put this with an order just for the heck of it. It says I know I'll need these someday. I ended up ordering 10 of these AEW Defenders. Now I'm almost second guessing myself. What am I going to do with these Defenders? As I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. So I had 5 that I needed them for between Series 1 through 5 and some of my Chase Rare Editions. So I got 5 left. I guess this will be for any future chases I pick up. I don't know. As I said, I'm not really sure what I'm doing with my AEW collection at this point. I'm a completist loose. Outside, I'm not going to open up any Chase Rare figures, but I'm a completist loose for the rest. That's how I'm planning on headed, and we'll see if that changes down the line. I did pick this up this week. I think I got this last week in the mail for weekly purchases, if you remember that His Tank 3. Well, I came on my figure hunting video. If you saw in the video, I came across a few of these on my travels this week. And this one was minty in box. And the one I got from Walmart online had a little ding in the corner. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to buy this one. I'm going to take that other one back. And that's exactly what I do. That's what you got to do sometimes out there. So I got this one, a minty version, as I'm not opening up these 3 3/4 Joes. I'm leaving those in the box. So that's what I'm doing with that one. I also continue my book collection. I'm getting way behind on books to read. But I got the Dark Horse Masters of the Universe comic strip book here from Dark Horse. I love these Dark Horse books. You guys know the new Pixel Dan one. There's a bunch of different ones. There's like 5 of them. I figured, you know what? I'm going to complete. I'm going to get every single one of these books. I need the artwork one. I think is the only one I'm missing now. I could be wrong. I'll have to double check that. But I said, you know what? I got this used at Half Price Books. Yeah, there you go. $20, something like that. I felt it was worth it. So there you go. All right, we keep powering on here. We had an interesting week this week. Turtle Anxiety, it's ramping up again. Buy your Turtle Anxiety t-shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees. Search Kyle Peterson. Be the most fashionable guy or gal in your neighborhood. But this week, Mondo Gecko through the door. If you guys saw the figure hunting, he was out there. Mondo Gecko, of course, and the other one, Muckman. Muckman and Mondo Gecko through the door. Maybe I'll unbox these on the channel this week. I don't know. I got so many videos to unbox. I'm not sure where you guys want me to go. We'll see. I got the Elite 87. There's just a lot to do. But Turtle Anxiety, somewhat crushed, somewhat defeated, sometimes angry. I'm a little angry at NECA. They put these up for pre-order, and then 2 days later, they're hitting the stores. Well, NECA made it sound like, oh, these are going to be hitting the stores sometime in the fall, guarantee it. Well, I didn't know it was going to be actually 2 days later these were going to hit. Of course, you can't cancel your NECA orders online, so you got to pay all that shipping cost, which is a little bit more expensive, but they do ship them very well. And then this one was like $40, where they were both $33 at my Target. So you pay that upcharge. Just absolutely frustrating. So I'm going to wait for those NECA ones. I saved my receipts for these two. I'll take them back when the time comes. But I'm out like $30 or $28, whatever it is with tax and everything. That I shouldn't have had to have been. I wish there was more transparency in that. Little Turtle Anxiety. These are shipping in 5 to 10 at a time. It seems absolutely crazy. But like we said, we've talked a lot about turtles and distribution and COVID and supply and demand. Nothing hits that home more than the Turtles collection from the cartoon Turtles at NECA. They have bumped up the amount of figures out there, and is the supply slowing, or is the demand slowing down? I think it is a little bit, as I actually went to a store, I don't know, 12 hours later, and they hadn't sold any of these, only the ones that I picked up. So that's very interesting. We'll see where that goes. But I do got Mondo Gecko, do got Muckman through the door, and my old buddy Dougie helped me out. He gave me another foot soldier, said, hey, you have this. So Dougie, thank you for giving me a foot soldier, as I can always build that army. I can always flush that army out. I wasn't planning on 2 of these, but sometimes you got no choice. You got no choice in the matter. So there it is. So a lot of stuff this week. A lot of stuff last week. Unboxings starting to pile up. I got to put them in order. Just stay tuned to the channel, I guess I would say. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, as you never know what videos we're going to do. We're going to do a daily Star Wars, of course. We got to do the Jax weekly video. We got to do our weekly top 5. We got to do the weekly figure hunt. We got to do the weekly purchases. And then outside of that, we're going to flush it around with tons of different unboxings. I got a lot of other cool videos I'll get to down the line. Maybe it's so hard to say goodbye. Maybe we'll have another one of those videos shortly. I'm thinking about doing a one-off toy room tour of my new toy room. We'll see. There's a lot of stuff coming to the channel. I also pinpointed a new display idea yesterday. I'm working on it. I'll hit IKEA, my next travels, pick up a few things. I got some big plans for another display as I continue to work towards that 2022 display tour. So a lot more to come. Got to get this place organized. I'm kind of in a moving stuff all over the place, as you guys know, and I'm sure you guys are in that same boat from time to time as well. So there it is. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave me a comment on what you picked up this week. I'd love to hear your thoughts on some of the news, especially the Galactus and the ring. Tell me your thoughts. Where are you at? Are you backing? Are you passing? What you need, what you see, what you feel the value is on those. I'm just always interested in people's takes on those, so leave them down in the comments below. And like I said, like, comment, and subscribe, all that fun stuff. Hit the old notification bell. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram, and then Pro Wrestling Tees, search Kyle Peterson. Support the channel. That's the best way to support the channel. So there you go. So I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into the weekend. I will see you guys all real soon.